Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining us, thank you very much for tagging along here. I hope that you find these videos beneficial. If you're returning, thanks again for joining us and welcome back. So today we're going to be continuing on with our airbrushing series. If you watched our previous videos from before, you'll know that I have put this white on off camera. I've also backed it with a silver because we're going to be working on some pretty dark colors today, and I don't want that black to pollute that white. So that is, as I mentioned in previous videos, that's one of the best ways to prevent that is to use that silver. You can see from the body here that I have peeled up these clear parts here. We're going to be working on these grills. I like painting these because it's a very simple technique and it's just something that impresses people, and you'll see how easy this is here. So I've started by putting some black in my airbrush here, and we're just going to shade around the edges of where these grills would be to create some depth and make it look like things are further back. So we're just going to start here on the edge. As always, make sure you have paint. You want to start in an area that is not very important or an area that you can peel up later. And we're just going to go really light around these edges here. All right, so you can see all around the edge, I've just done a little light shading so that it will create that illusion of depth. To create that screen mesh look, we're going to get this product from Home Depot here. This is actually drywall tape. And drywall tape will look much like screen, you can see here. Now you'll look close here, this mesh actually has a little bit of an angle to it. So we kind of want to grab these corners and pull a little bit to straighten that angle out so that we end up with a nice straight line. Now I'm going to put this in the body and then I'll be right back. All right, so you can see what I've done here is I've just put that screen mesh on the back, and you see that already looks like mesh. Now the one trick you want to do with this is you do want to hit this with a hairdryer, because hitting it with a hairdryer will soften it a little bit, make it a little easier to apply it, but also mat it down really good so that you don't end up with any bleed underneath this. So I'm going to grab that blow dryer and do that now. So with this heated up now, we're going to go back in here and just kind of mat this down and make sure that this is really down. Again, trying to eliminate any possibility of bleeding. Now in this body, there's a ridge that runs right here, and really focusing on that ridge, making sure that we get that nice and matted down. All right, so now that that's done, we're going to take the black and we're going to run the edge again, but we're going to try and leave the very center of all of these pretty transparent, because we want to use a gray behind it, again creating more of that illusion that it's further down. In this step, you don't have to be quite so precise, because the more irregular, the more natural it's going to look. So we'll see what happens here. So always start on the edge. You see that spit that I got right there? Imagine if that spit had happened on the body, especially in this screen, because we want to try and keep this really light. We don't want that screen to suck up the paint and destroy the effect that we're looking for. So that's why we always start at the bottom in an area that doesn't matter. We're just keeping this really, really light. That is the goal here. We can always add more paint if we need it. All right, I'm going to grab the blow dryer and see if I can speed up that cure time a little bit. All right, and back to applying some more paint. All right, so now that we have that black all finished, you can just see a little bit of transparency going on in there. It's just pretty subtle, but these little subtle differences make all the difference in the world in the way that this looks. So we're just going to hit that area with this gray. Again, keep it really, really light. Alright, now that that's finished, we're just going to pull this mesh out of here, and you'll see what we end up with is that mesh look. So from here, we're just going to back this up with silver, and then we are done with this technique. There we are. That is it. So you can see how easy that was to create just that really simple technique to give you that mesh, that'll give you kind of a wow thing to add to your bodies. Now you can go hog wild inside of these. You can do more of the masking techniques that I did here. You can add intercoolers. You can do a lot of really cool things. But if you are just looking for that really easy technique, this is a great one to do. Well guys, we're going to wrap up the video here. This will be a short one by comparison of the last few that we've done. I appreciate everyone for watching and tagging along for this adventure. If you've enjoyed anything you've seen here, please consider liking and subscribing. Also hit that bell notification. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.